Alright, back for day 2 of the fireplace project. We're going to be working on the fireplace surround today. Let's get started. Okay, first let's take a look at how last night's tiles set up. It all seems pretty solid. I did take off the boards this morning. That was a little bit challenging. These moved a little bit, so I did go back and smear some more grout in there to create kind of a bead there. So those look to be setting up nicely. You'll see there's a couple places where the slate just is too thick for this, so I may come back and put some sort of trim board that still gets above that to protect the slate a little bit. I'm not sure. I'll have to take a look at that. We've also done a little bit of prep work to get ready for the surround. I bought some more of this transition piece here. I got one with a bull nose. So I already installed the bull nose trim that we're going to use to make a nice transition between the stone and the wall here. If you remember from the slate, that's just held in place with the mortar itself. I wasn't super happy with that. When I pulled the boards off, there was still a little bit of movement there that I didn't necessarily like. So I did add some more mortar underneath them and make sure they were all solid, and they all seem to be not moving around much anymore. But if I had to do that again, I would have nailed or screwed that border into place. Still put the mortar down, but then add some screws to really hold it into place. So that's what I did with these. So I cut them to length. I put some liquid nail, a bead of liquid nail underneath, and then put in some screws to hold them in place so those aren't going anywhere. And got that done all the way around. I used the miter box to cut the 45s, and they'll have the one on this side as well. So alright, time to measure and start cutting some of these stones. So there's 3 rows of the stone. I have them all cut. As you can see, they look pretty good. They fit together nicely. I'm happy with how that looks. I'm going to get the mortar out and put these 3 up, and then give that some time to dry, and then come back to this tomorrow. Obviously these are sitting on each other, so you don't want to move too fast as you're mortaring them up. So I'm going to mortar these 3 rows, come back tomorrow, probably do 3 or 4 more rows, and then before you know it, it'll be done. So there's both sides mortared into place. Like I said, that's 3 rows. So I would guess, let's see, maybe 5 more rows to get all the way up past this line right here, because that's where the mantle is going to be. So getting there. I'm happy with it. I like how the stone looks with the slate. I think that's going to be super sharp. And again, this is overspray from the paint on here, so that'll get rubbed off and that'll be pure black. So also going to swap out the fireplace curtains for a glass door. But yeah, all in all, happy with how this is looking. I'll show you what it looks like as I get farther along. All right, there's the second batch up on the wall. There were some interesting cuts for this one to go around here. These kind of overlap in L shapes. Initially I thought I'd have to get a diamond blade that I can put on my angle grinder to cut this notch out, but then I thought I just use 2 pieces, cut that normally, then cut this little bit out, it stops right there, and then cut this one out normally, and then cut this notch out, and that worked pretty good. And I did that on both sides, so happy with how that turned out. Got these done all the way up to the side. The mantle's going to come to here, so this will be behind the mantle. So all I have left are 6 pieces that go in here. So it'll be 3 wide here and then 3 wide up there, and that'll be tucked up behind it. It'll be tucked up behind the mantle just like this one will be here. So getting there, probably one more night of doing this and then I'll have all the tile up. There's still some dust and residue from the tile saw that I have to wash off of these, so they'll get a lot cleaner when I'm done. And then this weekend I'll get my dad or brother over here and we'll lift the mantelpiece in place. Getting there.